is the drugs are supposed to be submitted to PDEA for forensic examination within 24 hours. And then, once the case is filed in court, it is supposed to destroy, PDEA is supposed to destroy this contraband para po hindi gagawing recycle, hindi i-recycle. That's the rationale behind this. The NBI is supposed to turn it over. The custody under the law is supposed to be with PDEA, and after the case is filed in court, there is a process within 24 hours you proceed with the destruction of the contraband to prevent recycling of the and putting this back on the streets. Is this being followed?
Your Honor, if you may allow me, please, I have with me here the chief of our anti-drugs. So he can address your query, Your Honor.
Yes. Because you may end up this case being dismissed on technicalities, especially on chain of custody.
State your name, please.
I'm Attorney Ross Tangalish.
Have you taken your oath previously?
Yes, Your Honor.
No, this is the due inquiry. Go ahead.
Solemnly swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Please answer the question.
Yes, Your Honor. Section 21 is not absolute, Your Honor. There is an exception. The law says is that for justifiable reason, the law enforcement agency may not comply with the provisions of Section 21 as long as the integrity and the evidentiary value of the evidence are preserved, Your Honor.
It's precisely what we're saying. The evidentiary value is preserved. And you're not following the letter of the law in a criminal case gives ground for the counsel for the accused to shoot your evidence, to dispute your evidence.
Your Honor, that's not the only reasons, Your Honor, that we have the evidence. Under the law, Your Honor, as interpreted by the Supreme Court, the NBI may receive, may take custody, they may...
But are you not supposed to turn it over to the PDEA?
Yes, sir, but there's also a guidelines that was passed by the PDEA, which says that the NBI may use its facilities in the examination of the evidence that were submitted to them, the other law enforcement agency, Your Honor, and there is need a court order for the turnover of the evidence to the PDEA.
Well, anyway, I'll ask a general question if somebody can answer. Is there somebody from the PDEA here? Yes, you are, Mr. Can you identify yourself?
Balquedra.
Balquedra.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, what is the level of your inventory of confiscated drugs in Cebu is concerned?
Sir, we have fully complied with the requirements section
I'm asking
21.
you, what is your inventory? As of now? Or ilan bang hawak nyo?
Your Honor,
Yes, General Peña.
with the permission of the Chair,
Please.
the level of Cebu inventory with PDEA at present is 100 kilos.
100 kilos.
Yes, Your Honor. That's the part of the 604 kilos. That is.
No, I'm talking about the general inventory. Not only this 100. This is part of the shipment.
No, yeah, because we have just distracted, Your Honor. We always distract as fast as we can. If that's why the Cebu inventory right now is 100 kilos, Your Honor.
So you have destroyed all the previous confiscations? That's what you're telling us?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, that's good to know because under the law, you're supposed to do that.
Yes, Your Honor, and we do that, Your Honor.
All right, good. So what is in issue now is, what about this 800 kilos that you're saying? You just mentioned 800 apart from the 500 that you're holding. 500 kilos.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Do you have custody of this?
Your Honor, insofar as the 890 kilo shabu was confiscated in San Juan, there was already an order of the court and the NBI complied with it. It was already turned over to the PIDEA because the court went to the NBI to hear that case.
Okay, so is it with PDEA? Has this been destroyed, Mr. La Peña?
Yes, Your Honor.
The 800?
Yes, we don't have by any other in our inventory except the 100 kilos.
Yes. Ano?
Your Honor, I think it's still in the custody of the NBI.
I'm sorry?
It's still in the custody of the NBI, Your Honor.
Which one? The 800?
Yes, Your Honor.
Kala ko ba tinurn over? So
Your,
which
Your
is...
Honor, Your Honor, there is a need for a court order before we can, because it's a subject of a search warrant. We have,
Your Honor,
Which is which, General La Peña, you said you received it already.
may
Have you received it or not?
correction, Your Honor. We have not received it 100 kilos, Your Honor.
All right.
So where is it? Is it with the NBI?
NBI.
I think so, Your Honor.
I think.
You think so?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you come back and confirm that? Or make a call right now?
Yes, Your
How
Honor.
long has it been in your possession?
Since we seized it last December 23, Your Honor.
23, 2016.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And you have not been complying with the law to turn it over with PDEA?
Your Honor, I think we have a solid legal ground to...
What?
We have a solid legal ground, Your Honor, to back up our position on this matter.
So, is that a question of legal possession? The
The law is very clear.
why are we so jealous of our power when who should have custody? But in fact, the law says PIDEA. And what is wrong with turning it over to PIDEA? Why do you have to state you have a strong legal ground to hold
Your
on?
Honor, I think possession of the NBI is legal and above board, Your Honor. I think what we're trying to say here is that the possession of there's no problem whether the drugs is in the possession of the NBI or with the PIDEA.
Why have you not? Is there a case pending on this already? The 800?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Have you taken steps to have this this shabu destroyed?
Yes, Your Honor. I think right now in the judge has already conducted an ocular inspection. The hearing is ongoing, Your Honor.
The hearing on the what?
Of the case and
No,
for the
I'm
distraction,
asking
Your
about the
Honor.
destruction.
Yes, Your Honor.
The law is very clear on that. You are supposed to destroy it in 24 hours.
Yes, Your Honor, but I think the Supreme Court has already interpreted this question, Your Honor.
You know, we are just looking and preventing a situation where this goes back to the street, and don't give me all of these legal issues being complied with. Hinahanap lang natin dito, ito ba'y sinusunod yung batas na dapat sirain itong kontraband na ito sa loob ng sa loob ng isang araw? Have you complied with this?
Yes, Your Honor, I think the process is already ongoing. I think the power to destroy it lies with the court, not with the NBI, Your Honor.
All right. Anyway, we'll cut it short. Just submit to me, to the committee, a complete report on this 806 and 604, specifically focusing on the issue of custody and the matter of complying with the law to destroy this contraband. Can we have a complete report by Monday?
Yes, Your Honor, we'll do that.
Thank you, so that we'll not waste time.
For the record, Mr. Senator Drilon, this whole thing was botched by customs when the NBI, not even the NBI was called to the scene. It was the friend of Mr. Estrella. He called, he did not call the NBI. The NBI later on followed suit, and the PIDEA came in a little later after the PIDEA, after the NBI. Really is a botch operation. And one of my conclusions is that it was either deliberately done, because your questions were in the right direction, because we're not only looking for the drugs as taken in the cylinder, but also the white powder, allegedly almost over a ton of white powder, and about 16 other moldings that have not been accounted for, which I'd like to have the NBI account for. You will recall I asked for an inventory from customs of all the stuff that they got from that warehouse. Has that been done? Mr. Gambala? General La Peña, would you please make sure that that happens? Get it from Mr. Estrella?
Yes, yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hopefully by Monday also,
Yes, Your Honor.
because we'd like to account for everything in the packing list, the correct packing list. So ordered. Senator Drilon is finished. Would you like to ask questions, Madam President? All right. Senator Trillanes.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chairman. Before I ask my questions, let me just manifest that ay, okay. Anyway, the name given to me as Tita Nani is Nani Tabato Coronacion. And I believe that's the right one, Vice Mayor. Is that correct? Anyway, kinausap na siya ng DOJ nung Monday. So, I believe this time we got it right. Hopefully.
The Vice Mayor for that?
No, I withdrew my question. Anyway, doon sa kanina kong punto regarding sa triad, doon sa kaalaman ng lahat, itong triad ay isang sindikato na base sa China, Hong Kong, Macau, at ito ay engaged sa iba't ibang criminal activities, kasama na rito yung pag-import ng illegal na droga. At base sa the same information na binigay sa akin, na nagsabi nga na member itong si Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte ng triad, at kasama na si Charlie Tan, by the way. Ito rin ang reason kung bakit may mga naging transshipment point yung Port of Davao ng cocaine. So, ipapakita ko yung iba't ibang news articles to show that na nung mayor pa itong si Presidente Duterte, na sinasabi niya galit na galit siya sa droga at wala daw nangyayari sa Davao na hindi niya alam, pero I would cite 4 instances ng incidents ng discovery ng cocaine. So ito hindi to inapprehend ng agencies, kung hindi yung mga workers mismo na nagpapak ng mga goods for export, may nadidiscover na mga pack na cocaine doon mismo sa container van. So,
Permission of Senator Trillanes. For our better appreciation, when we eventually signed the committee report, Senator Trillanes made mention of an intelligence report. May we be furnished with a copy of that intelligence report para naman for our proper guidance pagkapipirma kami ng committee report? Is that a fair?
That's a legitimate question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
A legitimate request which I
If he is not in possession, it was just transmitted to him via SMS or any other means of communication. Maybe we can subpoena the records of whatever intelligence unit provided the information to Senator Trillanes.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Let me ask a question. Do you have the source?
Mr. Chairman, you know the nature of such intelligence information. I will be willing to convey the
Anyway,
source
security
to...
clearance is quite high,
Yes.
being senator, so maybe entrust.
Yes, yes. In executive session or in confidence, I will gladly divulge.
But Senator Lacson
the-
is correct. We would have to get that to be able to be sure that when we
Yes.
make the committee report, we have something to base it on.
I totally agree, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, the drug shipment in Davao City, dito nyo lang papakita kung gaano kapeke yung war on drugs na sinasabi ni Presidente Duterte. Ito, nangyari ito, mayor siya. Sige. Cocaine ang ginagawang transshipment point ang Port of Davao, the same modus nitong nangyayari. Ngayon lang, nag-graduate kasi presidente na yung si Duterte, dito na sila sa Manila International Container Port. So dito, yung mga container na yan, shipped to Davao City from Malaysia. Then discover nung mga nagre-repack at papasok dun sa container van, itong mga cocaine. Tapos ni-report nila sa otoridad. Hindi ito na-discover. Kagaya nitong nangyari dito sa 600 kilos na shabu, hindi ito na-discover ng mga ahensya ng gobyerno. Nakalusot sa customs, nakalusot sa PIDEA, tinimbre. Sige, next. So, ito. Yan. December, 2014. Ay, March 2014. So, yan. Hindi nahuhuli ito. Ito ay na-discover sinumbong ng mga nagkakarga ng mga saging. May nakita nila na may cocaine bars doon sa container van at nireport nila sa otoridad. So, syempre, nireport na, obligado na. So, ito yung sinasabi ko lang na meron bang, kung alam mo nang namamatay yung pumapatay doon ng mga drug lord yung mayor ng Davao City din, ito nga si Presidente Duterte, sino maglalakas loob doon pa sa Davao gagawin itong mga ito? Okay? Ngayon, sasabihin, okay, circumstantial, sige, next. So, sige pa. O yan. Okay? Another incident? Sige, next. Okay. So, these are just examples. Okay. Ngayon, babalik tayo dun sa allegation ko na merong tattoo ng triad si Mr. Paulo Duterte. Inamin niya na meron siyang tattoo. Ngayon, tinatanong ako ng ebidensya. Ang ebidensya po ng membership ng triad ay yung tattoo mismo kasi meron siyang sacred digits. Ngayon, kung willing itong si Vice Mayor Duterte, pipicture natin, tapos papadala natin sa USDA para i-decode. Kung willing ka lang naman. Kung willing ka lang naman. Are you willing, Vice Mayor Duterte?
No way.
Oh, no. Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Chair, I'm sorry. Mr. Chair, no way.
Okay. So, makita nyo, bakit kung wala naman yung tattoo na yan di ba? Ano naman yung ibibigay mo yung picture sa amin? We can ask the Sergeant at Arms to accompany you. Kukuhanan lang sa likod. Bibigay natin yung picture sa USDA para ma-decode kung saang faction ka. Are you willing? Are you willing to do that?
No, Mr. Chair.
Oh, no, bakit naman? Kung wala kang tinatago, kung tattoo lang naman dyan sa ano yan, pinagawa mo kung saan, you should not be afraid na may mapa-find out dyan. Vice Mayor.
I already answered the question, Mr. Chair.
So ayaw mo talaga. Ayaw mo talagang ipakita dahil baka may ma-decode nga. Ganon.
Sir Chair, ilang beses ko ba sagutin na ayaw ko?
Already answered.
Mr. Chairman, dito naman sa ating committee, medyo liberal tayo kasi yung mga ganyang paulit-ulit na tanong sa korte, hindi pinapayagan, but dito ay liberal. Malay mo nyo, magbagong isip, Mr. Chairman. I just asked.
It depends on the chairman.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. So, anyway, so maliwanag. Talagang ayaw mo. Kasi yun yung proof eh. Nahanapan ako ng proof. Andiyan dyan sa likod mo. At ando doon yung digits. Sacred digits. At kaya ayaw mo kasi pagka ibinigay ito sa DEA, madedecode kung saan ka. Okay. Anyway, punta tayo dito ngayon. Dito sa mga accounts. Sa mga accounts. Maliit yung ano. Okay. Mr. Paolo Duterte. Meron ka bang nakatira ka ba sa meron ka bang bahay na ano? Anong address mo for that matter?
Sir Chair, 1521 Sitio San Pedro, Catalunang Grande, Davao.
Yun ang address nyo. Sino yung nakatira sa ano? Number 9 Atlantic Avenue, Ecoland Subdivision, Phase 3, Davao City.
Mr. Chair, nanay ko po, pati si Mayor Inday.
Ang birthday mo is March 24, 1975?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Meron kang account sa Philippine National Bank, Santa Ana, Davao?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Meron. Account number 306-949-00020. Ganun po ba?
Sir Chair, do I have to answer this irrelevant question?
If you wish to answer, you may do so.
I refuse to answer anymore.
Bakit nyo nire-refuse? Wala namang... It's up to us to determine what is relevant or not.
Because, Mr. Chair, this is not part of the inquiry.
Well, I will tell you kung paano magiging ano yan. I will drive at that point later. Meron ka bang bangko sa Rizal Commercial Banking Corporation, RCBC?
Mr. Chair, I refuse to answer.
Bank of the Philippine Islands, Davao, main branch.
Mr. Chair, I refuse to answer.
Bakit? Mr. Chair, can I know kung the Vice Mayor is invoking the right against self-incrimination?
You may ask him.
You cannot outrightly refuse.
I am invoking the right to privacy, Mr. Chair.
Which part of the rules, Mr. Chair, that the resource person can invoke the right to privacy? Because I have the rules. But let him.
Mr. Chair, there is a law about the bank secrecy, and I have the right to privacy.
Mr. Chairman, according to Section 19 of the rules, No person can refuse to testify or be placed under oath or affirmation or answer questions before an incriminatory question is asked. So, apparently the basis that he raised is not included in our rules, Chairman.
Are you invoking your right against self-incrimination?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, which part of that question will incriminate you? Ito bang total? Pakita nyo nga yung total doon sa baba. Itong total na 104 million dito sa mga accounts ninyo. Kasi ang nakalagay dito, ang total ng mga deposits mo as of 2015 November, I'm sure lumaki na yan kasi may Davao Group na eh. So, anong masasabi mo dyan?
I refuse to answer, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So, anyway, I'll move to Ms. Mandy Anderson.
Do you have a lawyer present again? I just want to be sure that you have a lawyer present, and I want to know the name of the lawyer. What is the name of the lawyer? Can you please speak to the microphone?
I am Attorney Rainier L. Madrid.
Yes, I just want you to know that the committee always asks for the name of the lawyer to make sure the client is properly guided by his counsel if he's asked.
Yes, Your Honor. Now that you have given me recognition, I state my name.
I just wanted to make sure that you have a lawyer. You're allowed to advise your counsel, but not directly address the chair, unless you're asked. Are we clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. The record state Vice Mayor Duterte is adequately represented by a counsel here as an advisor.
Ms. Anderson, na-mention ni Colonel Estrella na nakita niya si Man Scarpio bumisita sa customs. Nakita mo ba si Man Scarpio ever sa customs?
Yes, Your Honor. I met him once at the office.
You met him once at the office. Okay. Si Paulo Duterte, sa pagkakaalam mo, has he ever entered the Bureau of Customs premises?
No, Your Honor.
As far as you know. As far as you know. Kilala mo ba si Chris Bulastig by name or by face?
I know Attorney Chris Bulastig by name and face.
Name and
And
face.
I've also been introduced to him personally.
Okay. Kilala ba ni Commissioner Faildon itong si Attorney Chris Bulastig as far as you know?
Yes, Your Honor.
Magkakilala sila.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, let me now shift to Attorney Man Scarpio. May kilala ka bang Ahmed Quizon na LTFRB ng Cebu City?
I do not know him, Mr. Chair.
You do not know him. Okay. So, ikaw, Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte, may kilala ka bang Yusek Maria Catalina Cabral ng DPWH?
Wala po, Mr. Chair.
Wala. Meron ka bang kilalang taga-road board na Executive Director, Chito Clavano?
Kilala ko po, Mr. Chair.
Kilala mo? Okay. Kasi ito yung nangihingi ng 20% sa mga congressman at ikaw ang nini-name drop. Okay? Yung mga congressman ang nagsasabi, sir eh. So, yan yung sakop yung galamay, ano? Anyway, tinanong ko lang yan, just to be sure. Ngayon pupunta tayo kay Attorney Man Scarpio sa kanyang accounts.
Do we have a new resolution on the road board? Do you have a new resolution on the road board investigation?
an ongoing hearings on the abolition of the road board. There is a bill on the abolition
Then
of the
that
road board.
matter should
It
be
was
taken
heard
up
last week.
because I don't remember having a resolution under the present Blue Ribbon investigation.
I've already shifted, Mr. Chairman.
Unless somebody will file a resolution to that effect.
I've already shifted, Mr. Chairman. I just placed that on the table. Anyway, dito sa accounts ni Mr. Mans Carpio and Sara Duterte. Meron ka bang accounts sa Metrobank? Sa Kayamanan branch? So, meron ka bang bank account sa Metrobank? You don't have to read it. You don't have to read it kung hindi mo maano.
Mr. Chair, I'm not familiar with Kayamanan Branch.
No,
I don't know what
okay.
is that.
Metrobank. In general. You have.
I have no knowledge, Mr. Chair.
You have no knowledge. Okay. Dahil dito, dito sa mga documents dito, yung mga deposits dyan, anyway, I'll be distributing this to the media, no? Hundreds of thousands and millions, ano? And meron ka bang BDO account sa Davao City?
I have a BDO account in Claro M. Recto Avenue, Mr. Chair.
You don't have any account in Davao City, Rizal? Riza?
I'm not familiar with RISA, Mr. Chair.
You're not familiar. Okay, anyway, just to abbreviate this portion, let me show you the total. The total here, as of late 2015, is 121 million pesos. Do you admit or not that you have such an amount?
Mr. Chair, I invoke the bank secrecy.
Ba't ka natatawa? Ba't ka natatawa, Attorney Carpio? I'm asking you.
I invoke, Mr. Chair,
Okay.
the bank secrecy.
Yun, magtatago ka rin lang pala eh. Tatawa ka pa. Ngayon, so, you're not disputing itong aking allegations? You're not disputing it? Are you disputing it? Attorney Carpio.
I'm disputing it, Mr.
Okay.
Chair.
So, mali ako. Mali ako rito. Is that what you're saying?
That is your interpretation, Mr. Chair.
No, kasi kung dinidispute mo itong ina-assert ko, ibig sabihin, it follows na mali ako. Attorney Carpio?
I already answered the question, Mr. Chair.
No, we can, as I mentioned earlier, this is not the court. We can answer it, you can ask it again for clarity. And malay mo, magbago isip mo. Mahirap sagutin, ano?
I'm disputing it, Mr. Chair, because I don't have that much money.
So,
That's
okay.
why I was smiling earlier.
Okay. So, if you're disputing
Mr.
it,
Chair.
I have a pro forma copy of a waiver here. Are you willing to sign it? This question is also addressed to Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte. Anyway, kung mali ako rito, then the whole world will laugh at me. Are you willing to sign it? A waiver. Ando rito. Ito na.
Mr. Chair, I'm not willing to sign the waiver
Yan. Ikaw,
because
Vice Mayor.
I'm not familiar with those figures, Mr. Chair.
Precisely. If you're not familiar, therefore, Mali ito. There's nothing to be afraid of. Kung wala yung accounts na yan, then there's nothing to be revealed.
Mr. Chair, there's nothing wrong if I don't know.
So you're not willing to sign a
Mr.
waiver?
Chair.
So you're not willing to sign a waiver, Attorney Carpio, to show to the whole country that wala kayong ganyang halagang amount? Na natatawa ka nga parang it's preposterous. But,
Excuse me.
yes.
I would again ask the senator refrain from editorials. Anyway,
Okay.
we are only going to go for the facts, not the editorials. So please refrain, because it doesn't give a good account of the Senate that when you're asking a question, you're conducting editorials, that you're going to bring it to the media. It's unfair to the witness. I think the witness have already answered, and if you want to ask one more time for clarification, you may do so. But let me just tell you that your time is up, and I will let you go
Okay.
if you are going to continue with sensible and questions on point. I'm giving you so much leeway already, and just so that there will be no questions. Precisely, I invited these people for you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So the answer, Attorney Carpio, you're not willing to answer, to sign the waiver.
Mr. Chair, I already answered. I'm not willing to sign.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, I would address the same question to Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte. Are you disputing the
Mr. Chair,
figures
I have
that
the same answer. I'll not sign the...
you're not willing to sign a waiver? So you're not disputing it? You're not disputing...
I'm disputing it. I'll not
You're
sign
disputing
the-
it. But you're not willing to sign the waiver kasi baka mas malaki pa ang lumabas. Ganun ba?
Again,
Anyway,
the editorial. Please refrain from
I'm
the
done,
editorial.
Mr. Chairman.
Try to restrain yourself from the editorials. I know that you are passionate. All right. I'm glad you're done. Is that it? Can we send these people home already? Is that it? Any more questions from the other people? Huh? Because
Just my original concern. Nililigaw ng mga pangyayari. Doon tayo, asan yung 1 tonelada ng powder?
that has already been raised, even in your absence. That's how much I love you.
Yes, thank you very much. And what
You
about
take
the
note,
answer?
please. You take note. Again, here is Senator Soto reiterating the fact that there is the
Mas
white
malaki
powder.
yun kaysa sa 604
In fact-
kilos na shabu.
In fact, we're having the inventory sent by Commissioner La Peña. All right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. If there are no more questions,
Your
we
Honor,
shall call the
Your
next
Honor,
hearing.
please. May I be recognized?
Yes, please.
Uh,
Go ahead.
Your Honor, our Deputy Director for Technical Services texted me informing me that insofar as the 890 kilograms of drugs is concerned, 400 of kilos of which were already turned over to the PDEA upon orders of the court.
All right.
And I will submit a written report about that, Your Honor, in the next...
Read the record, so state what the NBI Director de Guzman stated. Yes, Senator Drilon.
Just on that point, I am very keen in finding out if the provisions of the law on the destruction of the shabu within 24 hours from filing the case and having an inventory within 24 hours from the time possession is taken, if these are being complied with, and therefore I want, Mr. Chairman, may we request that a detailed report from PDEA and BI be given to the committee on this point.
Actually, Mr. Chair, it's 24/72/24. Within 24 hours, should be turned over to the PDEA. Within 72 hours, an inspection should be made by the court. And after the filing, within 24 hours, the goods must be destroyed.
Yes.
Yes, that's very clear.
December pa po ito yung 800
That's why we have this problem, because they're taking for granted compliance with these very clear and strict provisions of the law. Very, very dangerous. We're having war on drugs, but the sources
and
are
so
being...
many cases, this is according to the Supreme Court, so many cases have been dismissed, drug cases, because of Section 21, yung chain of custody.
Yes.
Pakaraming nadidismiss
Eh,
yan.
noong Secretary of Justice ako Ping, marami pong nadidismiss. Dahil kalahati na lang napipresenta sa husgado, pag tinanong po na saan yung kalahati, kinain ng daga. Kaya po linagay, I was the one who insisted on those provisions in the law because of this experience that we had as prosecutors.
Well,
Currently, that is not being followed today.
there's obvious, I don't want to believe that there's rat infestation. There are rats, but it is to be sure.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
they are rats with 2 feet.
I know what the good senator is talking about.
Yeah, may I be informed on...
Well, President,
kasi
we do the
binabanggit-
ruling first. PIDEA is instructed. You're no longer PIDEA, Sid, so don't nod your head unless you're occupying 2 positions. Mr. Balquiedra,
Mr. Chair,
yes.
the chemist of PDEA just informed me that there was indeed a quantity that was turned over to PDEA, but it's only 300, Mr. Chair.
Saan? Alin, yung isa 604 kilos.
Yes, Your Honor. Out of the 500,
No, 604 kilos yun.
for the 800 kilos, Your Honor, only...
For the 800
yes,
kilos.
only 300 was
have been turned over to you. Eh, ba't sinasabi niya 400?
Yes, Your Honor.
NBI.
I just read, Your Honor, as I said, I am reading the text message of the Deputy Director of
Can
our
we be
technical...
clarified in writing?
Yes,
not
Your
in
Honor.
text. In writing.
Yes, Your Honor.
Certified.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll do that.
Monday. Is
Yes,
that possible? All right. And I would like to admonish the PIDEA, the new PIDEA General should be here, Mr. Aquino, because these are vital questions and he should be prepared to answer. Because Mr. Balquiedra, what is your position there?
Chief of Seaport Interdiction Unit.
Chief of
Seaport Interdiction Unit of PIDEA NCR.
Seaport?
Yes, Your Honor.
Interdiction.
Interdiction.
All right.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
just to emphasize the point, we must warn PIDEA, the NBI, that any public official may be punished by life imprisonment by misapplying or failing to account for the confiscated, seized, or surrendered dangerous drugs. This is a very stern penalty. And the way you guys sound seems that we cannot even account for 100 kilos somewhere floating around. Just a fair warning to all of you that under the law, failure to account for confiscated, seized, or surrendered dangerous drugs is subject to punishment of life imprisonment or death if death is available. That is under Section 27 of the Dangerous Drugs Act. I hope that we warn you enough that this is no laughing matter. This is not a matter that you should take lightly. This is a very serious issue. Thousands of deaths have taken place because of the so-called war on drugs. And as I was discussing with my colleagues yesterday, we keep on wondering if there is so much demand, who is satisfying the demand? Saan ba nanggagaling itong mga drogang ito? Obviously, a big source is our ports, our very porous ports. So this is a matter that we should take seriously because the penalties under the law are very serious. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes,
Chairman,
Mr. Soto.
before you adjourn,
How do you know I'm going to adjourn?
you sounded like you were about to adjourn.
That is again editorializing.
Okay. But I have a third eye. There is a concern by the Senate President and myself. So, in the speaking of accounting, when they submit the reports to you or the brief to you, they will account for the 604 kilograms and then the 898 kilograms that was seized before. And what happened, and we want a report on what happened to the 1 ton of powder in MCL U600-18801 na container na kasama dun sa 5 na laman daw nung 5 cylinders. Saan na napunta yung 1 ton na yon?
That was already stated because of my undying admiration for you. I already said that earlier. And the NBI, again, I reiterate. Order, please.
Thank you.
I again reiterate the admonition of the Blue Ribbon Committee that we have repeatedly asked you to follow up on the cases, and that we will now call the Secretary of Justice here so that he can report what is the disposition of the cases for drugs. And we'll call him also because we want to be sure that he is aware of the fact that if you lose any of the evidence, there are the penalties that are in the law for that. Third, we want to get a complete inventory of what has been collected there, and it must be taken from your report and from the report of what was left behind. If, and I wonder if you did that, if the so-called consolidators took some of them and sold them. That is not allowed because there is a crime has been committed and everything should have been taken. Everything. And if that was allowed, that is another offense that we're going to include under those who were responsible for this travesty. In addition to this, the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee has asked the Bureau of Customs repeatedly to submit your list of personnel. Now I'm asking it again because your memory seems to be very sloppy. Selective, be frank. Tulad yan, sa amin pa nanggagaling yung mga pangalan ng hinahanap ninyo. And you keep denying na hindi nyo maalala yun. Ilang kayong empleyado na tinanong namin na nasa taas na hindi nyo maalala yung mga pangalan ng mga hinahanap namin mga tao. At kami pa nagsusupply. We are not a police force. This is a Blue Ribbon Committee investigation. And we can easily, from what has been seen, we can already deduce and judge that a lot of malfeasance has been perpetrated upon our country. Misfeasance galore. Non-feasance is stupendously all over the place in customs. The very fact that these things happen is indicative of the very loose way we conduct our duties, especially in the customs area. To be sure, I will not say it's hard because I don't believe anything is hard if you really work hard on it. And so I would like to request, I would like to admonish you to present all those things that we ask from you. Mr. Maniago, I had a question for you. I will ask that at the next hearing. Please show up on time because we had to look for you. Now, in the meantime, since we have already finished with the Davao, yes.
Mr. Chairman, we haven't decided on Commissioner Faldon, just to remind the Chairman.
Yes, if you want to, we can do that, but somebody requested that we do it
after the suspension.
After what I've heard, I am prone to declaring him in contempt because, as far as I'm concerned, I'm trying to be fair. This is a time upon which he can come here and answer all the allegations against him. He cannot go out of this committee and start casting aspersions on the accusations leveled against him. That is contemptible in my book. After having invited him, we will put him under contempt. We will have if I were him, when I say this in public, he should appear here. And those friends of yours, if he wants to protect his colleagues here, which is the duty of any commander, and that is laudatory, so long as they're doing right, then it is his time to come here. So Captain Gambala, please request, and also Mandy Anderson, please request Mr. Faldon. I wish we don't have to have him under contempt. But if he doesn't appear, I think the committee will be headed in that direction already. All right? We will have a executive
Mr.
session
Chair.
immediately after this.
Just to join the chairman in our disgust in the way this matter is being handled, both at the NBI, the PDEA, the customs. This war on drugs has caused the death of thousands of our countrymen, including children. And yet here we are, because of the corruption in the customs, because of the inefficiency and gross neglect of our officials, this drug menace is in our shores, in our country. And therefore, I admonish our customs officials, our PDEA, our NBI, do your job, because people's lives are lost because of the corruption in your agencies, because of the neglect of duty, and as the chairman said, malfeasance all over the place. That's all, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair,
Uh,
if I may.
yes, Mr. Balquiadra.
Your Honor, I would like for clarification and to inform the body, wala pa ho kaming knowledge na may formal appointment ho yung incoming Director General.
Okay. So you're number 2.
No, Your Honor.
Who's number 2?
I was just invited as a resource
No,
person.
I'm asking who's number 2. Who's the deputy?
Mr. Chairman, the deputy who is the OIC now is ASEC Jesus Fajardo.
ASEC Jesus Fajardo.
Yes, Your Honor.
I hope he will not be a Panginoon who will not appear.
Mr.
So,
Chair,
pakisabi lang kay Panginoon Jesus dumating dito kung pwede.
Yes, Your Honor, I will
Jesus
do that.
Fajardo. All right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, anyway, you're still around.
Mr. Chair, our OIC, Deputy Director Fardo, is in the budget hearing at the House of Representatives.
This will be on Monday.
Yes.
We will speed up the hearings here. This will be on Monday with the permission of everyone. Okay, Senator? Monday? Yeah.
Continuation of the 604 and privilege speech.
Yeah.
Chairman. I have
Mr.
no
Chairman,
problem.
I have many more questions, but when we finally cross over to the next issue, which is the TARA system and the BOC, then...
I hope you would help me here a bit because I really join you on that. In fact, we talked about that. Pero, nung tinawag natin si may sinabi siya na kaya nangyari yan dahil lumabas yung droga. So, he had knowledge. He had knowledge. Where's Mr. Pinawin, by the way? Sit down there. Nadulas siya nga eh. Kaya nga napunta. Tapos, si Senator Girone may question sa mga droga. Kaya, with your permission,
I'm not actually objecting to the
I know
continuation.
I know that.
I'm just, I just manifested na pag finally nag-crossover na sa TARA, marami pa akong tanong.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But in the meantime, Mr. Chairman, I hope we can already excuse the Dabaweños.
Let me just after consulting with everybody here, I consulted Senate President Drilon, Senate President Coco Pimentel, the Majority Floor Leader, Senator Lacson, Senator Aquino, Senator Drilon, may I consult you on the matter of contempt. The Chair orders Senator Captain Faldon in contempt and must report here at the next hearing on Monday. And this is Sergeant at Arms is ordered to make sure that he gets the information and that he is brought here on Monday. Are no objections? So ordered. In the meantime, yes.
Just to be clear, if he does not appear on Monday, having been declared in contempt, he can be taken into custody until he testifies.
That's correct.
Thank you.
That's correct. That's the intent. That's correct. So he's not going to be arrested, but if he doesn't appear on Monday, he will be arrested and brought here to the Blue Ribbon Committee. do not entertain any defiance of the government here in this chamber. In the meantime, what was I going to say? There is a motion here. Is it a
Excuse, Vice Mayor Duterte.
Yeah.
Tapos na. No?
With our respect, according to Senator Don, tapos na. Much ado about, pinag-awayan pa namin kayo, pinapalabas na hindi ko kayo iniimbita. I just want to set the record, it was very, very clear in all the proceedings that I said, yes, you may do so. And that is very clear. And we thank you for coming here. And now, in as much as there's a motion to now dismiss you here, you may now do so with our thanks and our appreciation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, honorable senators.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
We thank you for your respect for the Senate and the Senate Blue Ribbon. Session is suspended until Monday at 9 o'clock.